In this Star Wars Battlefront 2 news update video, I will be sharing with you even more plans from former developers that worked on the game, plus a bunch of behind the scenes details. Before we do dive into all of that and more, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future Star Wars Battlefront 2 videos and news updates. So, let's get started with an update to the exclusive play accounts I've been able to provide you over the past few days. In my previous videos, I reported that on Tuesday the game peaked at 166,000 players. Then on Wednesday it reached 176,000. As for Thursday, it broke that peak play count. Seriously. Here is a graph of the play count. Unfortunately I can't share exact numbers, and my source that has this information off the EA servers can no longer provide me any more information for various reasons. Yesterday I shared how Matt, one of the producers on Battlefront 2, said it is a plausible number, and Ammo, who was also another producer, came forward today to say to me that those numbers are plausible, and as the former developer states in Matt's, we hit those during live service. And remember, this is still midweek. Just wait till the weekend, guys. More people will be able to play, and it's just going to keep going up. You've got to come out and play on the weekend, because that number is going to go even bigger. This is making a lot of noise, and EA definitely have noticed. Whether they take action, that's another thing, but noise has been made. Saying things on social media is one thing, but actually playing the game and purchasing it is another. That's ultimately what they care about, and the game is now the 67th most purchased game on Steam this week. We also have some figures in terms of live streaming, so we can see on Twitch that it saw a massive 1180% increase over the previous week, thanks to a bunch of large streamers. I also wanted to take a look at just how popular Battlefront 2 is right now, with people searching it on Google and YouTube, compared to previous points in its life cycle. Same goes for Battlefront 3 as well, I included that. So the blue line is Battlefront 2 and the red line is Battlefront 3. As you can see right now, the game's popularity currently is the most it has been popular in 4 years, but it does not come even close to when the game was free on the Epic Games Store, and it's still under when the game was free through PlayStation Plus. Some people might not believe that, but it's true. This is coming from Google themselves. They have the data for YouTube and Google searches. Battlefront 2 in terms of popularity is just not being searched as much, and when you take a look at the full Battlefront 2's life cycle, you can really see just how popular Battlefront 2 was back in the day. Release was humongous, and the pre-release and all the marketing beforehand. The Geonosis update actually didn't really hit the same stride as the Rise of Skywalker update, which took things by storm. It absolutely surged players. That was back when Battlefront 2 hit its peak player count. It was absolutely huge. You can see just right here how much bigger the Rise of Skywalker update and surrounding the film was compared to Geonosis, and even when it became free on PlayStation Plus. Let's now take a look at what some of the former developers have been saying about the game, including some of their ideas for what they wanted to add to the game. So, firstly, let's take a look at what Ben had to say, our former community manager. He's still at DICE working as a producer on the single-player content in the next Battlefield game, and he said, "The Battlefront 2 community wall never makes me not smile as I walk past it. A great symbol of passion, creativity, and in true Star Wars fashion, hope. Also a good advert for Great Sticky Tack. 6 years and counting now." And as you can see, there are just tons of screenshots and fan art pieces that are still up on the wall. I definitely can spot one of my screenshots on here. Let me know if you are on the wall. In regards to the player count hitting the millions, which I know some people have wanted, Matt, the former producer on the game, did say that it might peak at 1 million, but that is high for a week. 500,000 is more likely with the daily number that I've been giving out over the past few days. He does say, though, maybe 2 to 3 monthly if it does keep up. In response to the surge in player count and such, Ammo, a former producer on the game, said it's lovely seeing all the love for Battlefront 2, we love building it, especially in the live service. It would have been amazing to keep it going as a live service game, might have even got my Mandalorian Wars pitch in too, although the canon version would need some legends. He said the pitch had so much great stuff in it, and it's a real shame that it's now just likely just sitting somewhere on a backup drive at DICE. So there you have it. Some of the developers even wanted Mandalorian Wars in the game. Now, in my previous video, I did say that some of the developers at DICE do want to come back, Matt said himself, but bringing back the full original development team, he said, well, that's too difficult. They are just so spread far and wide. Someone asked, is there a way to make this happen? He said, no idea. In part, sure, but it would be a weird action by DICE asking for former employees to come back. He also discussed Battlefront 3 and said he does not expect Battlefront 3 to be announced at the end of this rally that we are currently in. But overall, yeah, I think there are people who are talking about it, he says. So I think that's probably the most realistic outcome of what's going on, is that all of the numbers of the amount of people purchasing and playing the game has caused some conversations at EA and DICE potentially to look at a future multiplayer Star Wars game at some point when they're able to. But that's a big if. He also explained that Battlefront 2 is wrapped. I don't think there will be any updates no matter what. New game though? Who knows? Also, he has been responding to people that have been putting forward their ideas for a Battlefront 3, but like I have been saying, a lot of them just aren't Battlefront. He says, in response to some of them, they just are very divergent from what Battlefront is at its core. He goes on to say Battlefront is a Star Wars game that happens to be a shooter, not the other way around. Making a Battlefront is not about making a great shooter, but making a good Star Wars game that involves some shooting, and maybe some other stuff, and it does a lot of other stuff. The problem is it can't do too many things, otherwise it's not good at enough things. In regards to adding new content and sort of stuff like that, we actually have a timeline of how long things took. I've gone over this before, back when the game got updates. We heard a lot of this stuff before, but not everyone is around from back in 2019, so someone asked about an Andor pack, such as a bunch of skins and stuff like that. Well, he said it would be a task and a bit. A map takes around 6 months to do. Characters in the form of heroes and reinforcements take around the same time. You can make them at the same time, and you need a team with the right size to get it done within a year. So yeah, it will just take a long time to do that sort of content, to be at the quality and standard that we deserve and expect. In regards to the stuff that Matt's wanted himself to see put in the game, back in the day he said he wanted crossplay, which is a big thing, and I know I've said before, but they wanted it. It just was not feasible for a game that was developed years before crossplay was a thing. He also wanted day and night and weather on all planets, so 1 versus 1 mode, more game modes per map, meta progression, more community options, the list is endless. But they were all off the table because they were in live service and not in actual production of a new game. Also, another former Battlefront 2 developer has revealed he wants to come back and work on a Battlefront 3. So Mitch, who co-wrote Battlefront 2 story, if you've played it, and featured that one of the most incredible pieces of Luke Skywalker writing ever, says he's desperately torn between wanting to write and wanting to just play a new Battlefront 3 game. He says, either way, it's time and bring it on. This weekend is going to be absolutely huge for Battlefront, so make sure you do hop on. The servers on all platforms, not just console, are doing very, very well. No matter what people tell you, I can say it's doing very, very well, and the developers have backed me up here. I would love to hear your thoughts on anything I've talked about in this video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below. Let's keep this thing going. And if you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like to help support the channel. Join my Discord so we can keep talking about Battlefront 2 there. Make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you did miss any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.